Okay.
Hello everyone. Hi, very good afternoon to everyone. I'm Chef Ahmad from Academy of Pastry and Culinary Art Malaysia. Okay, and today will be a demo from me in regard of culinary. Alright, so I'm going to do a hot cooking dish. Alright, and the first one I'm going to show you a filleting technique with seabass. We have a very good seabass over here. It's almost like 800 to 900 gram. The numbers of fish. Alright, we're going to fillet this. I'm going to show you the technique of filleting in a professional way. Alright, and also we're going to develop one dish which is the pan-fried sea bass. We have accompaniment with the sauté spinach and also a gastric sauce. Alright, okay, before that, when we talk about fish, alright, it's very important for us to understand, alright, the anatomy of the fish. Alright, filleting is a technique where we debone the fish. Alright, so we remove the fish flesh from the bone itself. Alright, when I talk about the anatomy of the fish, we need to understand that the structure of the meat, alright, the structure of the fish flesh is attached together with the bone. So in order for us to remove that, we need to understand the anatomy of the fish. Alright, so the tail part, and then we have here, okay, the spike here, and we have all these fins surrounded, and also we have inside it, which is the belly part. I have already gutted earlier, okay, and it's very simple for doing this. Alright, for those who knows, but for those who don't know, it's quite difficult. What you need is only a practice. The more practice that you do, the more expert you are. Okay, so I'm going to cut this part where, if you see, there is all the flesh. Alright, and of course in the middle here there is a middle bone, where if you understand about the anatomy, the bone is going down like this. Alright, so when we fillet them, we're going to use the knife tips. Alright, so first of all we need to remove this. Okay, we just disconnect this part. Okay, as you see, you have to cut through until you feel that your knife is touching the middle bones. Okay, so you repeat to the other side, the same principle, right? So you move here. Okay, so because of the camera here, so I'm going to show you from this part. Alright, so what you need to do is just put your knife here. So if you feel this, alright, there is a flesh, and also the separated in between is the middle bone. So we're going to, you do a marking first. So you need to mark. Alright, so we mark here. Just slide your knife through until at the tail part. Okay, so we don't need to cut them until it dips. Okay, so you just need to be, if let's say you can put your front finger inside here, is more than enough. Okay, so you just continue, right, with back of the knife, continue until front. Okay, it's very important for you to fillet from front side. Okay, you cannot fillet from the middle part. Okay, alright, so first you just use, if you see, alright, which part of the knife I've used, either the front part, the knife tip, or the middle or the back knife. So every part of this knife, there is a function of it. Alright, and everything that you do with this knife, it will result you a very different result. So you just put in your knife tip in front, right? So you will feel that you are basically not cutting, but you are basically gliding your knife on top of the bones. Okay, so you glide them. Okay. You don't tear your fish flesh until it really disconnect. Okay, because you may broken the fillet. Alright, so this part you open it, and until you reach this part, okay, you will see the ribs bone, which is connected to the belly. Alright, if you open, you will see the structure is like this. Alright, so you just go through the knife on top, but this time you have to increase the height a little bit. Okay, so increase a little bit and just glide down. Continue. Okay, because if you don't increase your height, your knife will cut your fillet at this side. Alright, so you will have a lot of leftover over here. So you increase and cut through. Now I use the middle part of the knife and just slide. Okay, so until this side, you just glide on top of the bones, right? And you cut here. So you see, it's already open one side. So without damaging and without having a lot of wastage over here. Okay. So very important, alright, in order for you to fillet the other side, okay, you don't disconnect this part. You just keep it back attached. You know why? Because this is a very important tips for you, alright? Because if you remove this part, when you fillet another side, alright, the bone will bend down. Right, so the potential of you having a lot of wastages is high. Okay, right. So I remove to the other side. See, the fish structure and the actual structure of the fish is still remain as it is. Okay, alright. So on this part, we will cut this side. Okay, because of the camera is this side, so I'll move the fish. This time, okay. It's basically a same principle. You just copy from the first one, but this time you see my knife direction is a little bit different. Okay, right? It's just that you need to switch certain technique only. Okay, so again, same. You just score them until this part. Okay, again same. You just like front of your finger to go in. Never push and never press them. Okay, never give pressure to this fillet. Right? So again, with the knife, back of the knife, I will cut through. So if you see here, it's almost that all is ½ inch that you can put your finger inside. Okay, alright. As understand at the first one just now, where I mentioned to you about the anatomy of the fish, the bone direction is remain like this. Right? So what we need to do, we cannot against the bones. We have to follow through. Okay? So I switch my knife to this way. So just now I'm doing like this, and now I'm doing like this. Okay? Alright, so again with the knife tip, I'm just using the front part. Okay? Bit by bit, and very important for you to open from the rib part. Never open from the back. Alright? So open from the front. Okay? In order for you to see proper direction. Alright? So you just see my knife. How I move my knife. I scrap them bit by bit. Again, increase them. See? Alright, so you see now both of the fillet is already open. Okay? Alright, so now for you, alright, it's just to remove these two parts of fillet. Okay? So it's very simple. Again, right? So we take from this part first. Just cut through. See, you have a very nice fillet. All right, it's all here. There's no wastage inside here, and you see the belly part. All right, we're going to trim them a little bit, and this is the fillet that you have from the fish. So again, another side. cut them a little bit. And so you have 2 fillet. Alright, so this bone, okay, of course, in our operation in culinary, either when we work in the restaurant or we work in the hotel industry, alright, this we never throw. Alright, so whatever we purchase, whatever we buy, 100% we use. So we're going to use them for a lot of purpose. We're going to do a sauce from here. We can also do a fish stock from here, which is the fish bouillon. You can do a lot of preparation with this bone in terms of getting the flavor here. Okay, alright, so I'm going to keep this one and we're going to trim a little bit. Alright, always you have to clean your cutting board. We don't want to have any scale attached. Alright, you just clean them a little bit and we're going to trim them. Okay, so we just need to just remove the belly. Okay, and the belly you don't throw, you can use them in a lot of your cooking process. You can use them for making any sauces and all. Okay, alright, so in the industry when you do the portioning for the fish, alright, estimated if a la carte it's about like 140 to 160 gram. Okay, so if let's say it goes on the set menu, you can portion them with 120 grams, so 120 grams, so a composition of amuse bouche, your starter, your appetizer, and come to your fish course, your meat course, and dessert. Alright, in overall about 5 to 6 course, you need to portion them a little bit lesser compared to the single orders. Okay, alright, so we're going to portion them about 120 to 140 gram. Okay, from one fillet, you can serve 2 plates basically. Alright, again the trimming, not throw, you're going to use them for any other. Alright, so if you see here, skin side and the flesh side. Alright, so this one again, you can portion them. Right, so very nice. In one fish, you basically can get 4 to 6 portions. It's depending on how big is your plate and how big is your fish course. Okay, all right. So the dish that we're gonna do is basically crispy pan-fried seabass. Okay, so fish when you eat them crispy, it's gonna give you a very good taste and impact when you consume them. Okay, so I'm going to score them a little bit. All right. You just need to score them a little bit, so when you open, it's not too deep, but just to score them a little bit, because this is very important when you do the pan frying, so the fish is not wrinkled. Okay, so it will stay flat. In order for you to have to get a very good crispy skin, you really need to fry them nicely. Okay. So I'm going to put them in the tray. So we don't need the cutting board anymore. Okay, so let me introduce you the ingredient list for this dish. Okay, so first of all, we already have the fish fillet. Okay, and we're going to marinate them with salt and pepper only. Later we will do that, and we have basically a gastric sauce ingredient. Alright, so this is the apple cider vinegar, this is honey, and this is the fish stock that earlier I made. And I just want to accompany them with some pearl onion and also a trumpet mushroom. This is basically a dried trumpet, and I already soaked them in the water. Alright, so for the veggie dish, I'm going to have a spinach. Alright, a sauteed spinach, which is the ingredient is basically butter. We're going to use pine nut, shallot and garlic. and also grated Parmesan cheese for the good finishing. Okay, so it's just an additional of mushroom. I'm going to saute them with butter to have the natural taste of this Swiss brown mushroom. Okay, so I'm going to make the pan hot here. All right. Never fry any fish or any dishes with a cold pan. So you need to preheat them first. Okay. Alright, so with the fish, right, we're going to season them with salt and pepper. Okay. Rub them a little bit. Okay, and we're going to season them in the other side. So when you season them with you season your skin side, if you really want it to be crispy, you don't season them with pepper. So number one, because when pepper attached to the skin, it's going to give you a different color and it doesn't look very nice. So you just need to saute them with the salt, because salt is a cured agent, so it's going to give you a very nice crispy texture on the fish. Okay. Alright. Okay, I'm sure when you do this in home, alright, you will face a difficulty where the fish is sticky on the pan. If you don't have a non-stick pan, alright, what you can do, you can use a parchment paper. Alright, so this is a very simple technique actually. So you use parchment paper to fry them. Okay, alright. As this parchment paper, you can replace them with the grease paper where you use for a baking. Alright, where you can use them. Alright, because it's a type of grease paper, so it will basically protect from protect your fish from sticking. Alright. So I already make my pan hot. Okay, what I need is oil. Alright, not too much. Okay, we can add in always whenever we need it. Okay, right. So in the same time, okay, I'm going to do the sauce also. Why I choose gastric sauce? Because gastric sauce is kind of a bit there is a sweetness and also an acidic flavor. All right. So whenever you want to do any fish dishes, you need to understand what type of sauce that is going well and it suits the fish dish. Okay. So I just choose apple cider vinegar and honey because it's acidic ingredients, and number two, because of the sweetness, it will give a very good combination with the crispy skin later. Okay. So for this gastric sauce, alright, first I'm gonna put the vinegar. Okay, alright. So I just need to take like 20 to 30 seconds to let the vinegar boil and to remove a bit the strengthness of the acid from the vinegar. So just reduce them a little bit. What you can do if you're worried that it will reduce too much, so we're going to add in some fish stock inside. Okay. Right. So that is the first one. I'm going to take a bit time to reduce that. Okay, so the oil is hot, right? So I have lemon wedges here. I'm going to just sprinkle them on the fish side a little bit to just remove the fishy smell. So okay, by using this parchment paper, you see, you put on the, fry them on the skin side. Okay, there's another technique that I want to tell you here. Okay, when you do pan frying of the fish, okay, so when you put them on the pan, alright, so you just press them for a while. Okay, This method is basically in order for the fish to stay flat. So we don't want to have uneven crispiness from the skin. All right, it needs to stay flat. If not, when it starts to wrinkle, the middle part will not be crispy. So in order for you to have a flat, even, crispy surface of fish skin, you have to press them for a while. Okay. See, once you press them about 20 seconds, it's already flat and it will stay like this. Alright, so another important thing, okay, when you do pan frying, alright, of the fish fillet, you don't remove them or you don't handle them too much. Let it cook, let it crispy by itself. It will take time. So from here, if you see later, I'm not going to turn them too many times. I just need one time on the skin, and after that, I just need another 20 to 30 seconds to do finishing from this side. So to understand this is basically, I'm going to fry them flat. And from here, I'm going to look at the coagulation of the fish fillet over here. So it will start to form a white color over here, okay? Later stage, another 1 or 2 minutes, you will see it will start to continue from 10%, 20%, 30% until 70%, and we left only this part which is not cooked. Alright? When I reach that part, I'm going to turn them and switch off the heat. Okay? Alright? So we have to make the oil stand evenly. Okay, if you see here, what I cut is one part is big and one part is small because we're going to do 2 plating today. All right, a very simple one. All right. Okay, as you see, the vinegar and the fish stock is already start to simmer. Okay, so this is the time we're going to add in the honey inside. Okay, the importance of this gastric sauce is basically we need to have something like a very not very liquid, alright, and not very thick. Okay, it's almost like caramelization of composition of vinegar, a fish stock, and also honey. Alright, so you can use sugar, but actually I use honey because it's a bit more healthy compared to sugar. Okay. Right, if you see the fish, we back to the fish. If you see what I explained you just now, the coagulation is starting right now. So it will start from side till the middle. So this is almost like 20% to 30%. The fish is cooked already. Okay, so we need to reach until like 70%. Then we will turn the other side. Okay, so in order for you to get to have a very good fish dish, your fish cannot be overcooked, right? It needs to stay crispy on the skin side, but it needs to stay the moisture. It needs to be there, and also it's not dry. Fish when it's dry, it's not nice for you to consume. Okay. Yes, we can cook. Everyone can cook a fish dish, but to cook in a correct way, all right? In the correct texture and the exact texture that your customer preference, all right? You really need to understand the technique and the method. Okay. So we need to reduce them a little bit more. Okay. We start to cook at this part. Okay. You see this part? So this start to cook, right? When you touch the fish, it's a bit firm now. Okay, so let it cook. Don't worry about the time. Okay, when something needs to be cooked, when you need time for it, don't rush. In order for you to get the good result, a good texture, and a good quality of the dish, so you need to be particular in a lot of technique, way of handling, and also way of cooking, and the timing of the cooking also, right? See, if you see the side, look at the skin, it's already start to be crispy. But if you look this side, it still need to be cooked a bit more. So we leave it, right? So the result when we press the fish just now, you see it will stay flat and it give you a very strong skin which is attached with the meat. Okay? So we're almost reaching about 60% now. So we have only this part to be cooked. Yes? So a very simple ratio of this reduction of the gastric sauce. Alright, so we just need to reduce them. We just need to reduce them from 1 to 0. Okay, so now I can add in my trumpet mushroom. This is just give a good flavor to the gastric sauce. Alright. It's a good time for you to add in your pearl onion also. Okay, if you focus on your fish, alright, so you see it's almost like 65 to 70% cooked. Okay, and this is the time you just turn them the other side. So very important, right? When you scrape them, it makes sound. So which means the skin is really crispy. Okay. So what we're going to do, we just need to lift them, right? And lower down the heat, right? We just need another 1 minute to make it complete. Okay. So we're focusing on the gastric sauce. Okay. So we reduced them already just now. We need them to be thick a bit more. Alright. So I just put aside for another 1 minute and I'm just going to leave them without heat. Okay. Right. So a smell of vinegar over here, a smell of honey, and a smell of mushroom over here. Okay. So it's going to be a very good combination of sauce with sweetness, with the sourness from the vinegar, acidity, alright, the earthy flavor from the mushroom and from the onion. Okay, so we're just going to reduce them a little bit. So I'm just checking on my fish, right? So you can see the fish is cooked 90% and it still give the moisture, right? So we remove from the pan, right? So we discard from the heat. Okay, if you look at the okay, right. If you see the sauce is start to be thick, alright, it balances the honey, the fish stock, and also the vinegar, right? A touch of pepper. Bit of salt. Touch them with a bit butter. So if you look at the thickness of the sauce, alright, it's not too watery as it's not too thick. Something in the middle. Okay. So your sauce is done. So next after this, we're going to saute the spinach and the mushroom together. Shallots over here, the red onion or shallots, we have a parmesan cheese, and we have the so we toast it dry. Okay. I just don't put any oil first now because of the mushroom. Okay, I just toast it dry first. Alright. Because mushroom will absorb a lot of oil and produce a lot of liquid. Just toast dry this. So we're basically trying the mushroom a little bit and also browning the pine nuts. So remember, alright, you need to use a high heat whenever you dealing with any leafy leaf, alright? Because when you use low heat, the leafy leaf will produce you a lot of water. You will leach out a lot of water that is contained inside. Okay, all right. So this is a good time for you. All right, now, okay, if you see that the mushroom is already started to leach the juice. Okay, and your pine nut is already brown. Right. Alright, so this is the time for you to add in your butter. Always start with shallot first. Don't add in your garlic first because garlic will brown very fast. Okay, right after that, straight away add in your spinach. Okay. It's a very simple vegetable dish you can accompany with your fish dish. Okay, don't overcook them, just cook them at the texture or the time that is enough for the dish. Alright, so it needs to stay juicy. When it's wilted like this, it's cooked. Okay, so I'm going to just remove them from heat. Okay, I'm going to season them. Bit of pepper. And it's done. Look at how beautiful they are. They are still green. They are not overcooked. And the mushroom is just nice, cooked, and not so much liquid come out from here. So that's why I say it's very important for you whenever you deal with any leafy leaf vegetables, you need to use a high heat, and the control of heat is very important in order for you to get a good result from the dish. Okay, so what we have the crispy skin sea bass. We already have the gastric sauce, which we have inside a trumpet mushroom and also the pearl onion. The pearl onion is just nice, cooked, soft, and the trumpet mushroom is also good to serve. Alright, so very simple. We're going to do 2 plates over here today, right? So I have a ring, right? Just put them in the center. Okay, you have this pearl onion. Okay. Just remove them. Right. So you can use our fish. Just put on top. Okay. And I have something here, which is the caviar. I'm going to use them a little bit. have some green oil over here, which is we made them from the basil. And finish with the gastric sauce. Whenever you have a crispy skin of fish, you never pour the sauce on top of the skin. Alright, so crispy pan fried sea bass, we have sauteed spinach over here. Alright, and we have a gastric sauce with trumpet and pearl onion. Okay, so I'm going to do another one because we have another portion over here. Alright, I'm sure that you all already had your lunch, but not me yet. Okay, so it's going to be a good lunch for me with my boss today. Alright, so please be craving for this pan fried sea bass. Or you can just drive your car after this, you get the sea bass and you can try the dish. But make sure you go to the nearest shopping area from your place, okay? Okay. Just remove this. So another way doing plating. Some touch of green oil, and I have here the candied orange, which is this orange is already gone for the dehydration process, where we use sugar syrup and we dehydrate them. Alright, so it can be a very good garnish for your fish dishes or any seafood dishes. Okay. Right, so another plating. Okay, so I just clear everything first, alright, and I just recap another one more time for you all, alright. So the recap will be from the filleting of the fish just now. So we really need to understand the structure and the anatomy of the sea bass fish, alright, or any kind of fish before we do the filleting, alright. So secondly, when you pan fry the sea bass, you need to pan fry them from the skin side, alright, and the skin side you just season them with salt, okay. Then only you can get a very nice crispy fish skin, alright. And when you cook them, you just cook them one side on the skin side and let it cook for 70 to 75%, and you turn the flesh side for another 1 or 2 minutes. Alright? Never overcook any type of fish fillet because it's going to be very dry and it's not enjoyable at all. Okay? So the sauteed spinach is very simple. We saute the mushroom and the pine nuts. We add in butter, alright. Then we add in the shallot or the red onion first, and followed by the garlic. You don't put your garlic at first, alright, because the garlic can get burnt very fast. So we need to just sweat the onion and add in garlic. Then continue with your spinach, alright. You cook very fast. You don't let it overcook. It just need to be wilted, seasoned, salt and pepper. That's it, alright. So for the gastric sauce, we need to do the reduction from the fish stock your honey and your vinegar. It's just to remove the high content of acid, you know, because when it's too much acidic, you will feel it's a bit gassy, right? So once you have reduced them into 0.5 from the actual composition, alright, so it not to be too watery and it's not to be too thick, so it just need to stay in the average or in the middle of a thickness, alright. Then you can add in any type of a dry mushroom, you can add in any type of onion if you want. I choose pearl onion because it's presentable and also it's giving you a very neutral taste. The sweetness is there, so it's very good. Sorry, when it absorbs the acid ingredients, right? The acid from the vinegar, the onion tastes like a pickled onion. So it's going to be very good combination and pairing with the sea bass fish. Alright. Okay guys, if you want to see, alright, the texture over here, alright. So what we can do is basically, I just want to show you the texture of this fish. Okay. So if you see the texture, alright. So you need to understand. Can you hear the sounds or not? Alright. So which means this is a perfect dish. When it's crispy, that means the fish is good to go. Okay. Just cut them. Look at the center. Alright. It's still juicy. Alright. The fish is 99% is cooked. Alright. Not more, not less. It's just nice. So the texture is going to be very nice. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I'm sure you're not going to taste this. Alright, so please be craving. Alright. Alright, so take some of the gastric, take some of the pearl onion. Alright, take some of the caviar. Alright, and you try. My pearl onion is dropping down.
Anyone have any question? Anybody have any question?
Okay, I hope you enjoy the demo today. Alright, I hope that whatever that I teach you all today in this demo, I will give you some ideas, alright, on how to handle this. And we in Upcome Malaysia, we train the student, we teach them, alright, we guide them, we work together with them on how we work in the industry. As I also coming from the industrial background, alright, after 20 years in the restaurant division, in the hotel organization, in catering and airline system, alright, I joined the academy to be part of the educator to educate all the youngsters and all the students who basically have patience and have interest in this culinary or either pastry, alright. Check on our Instagram, check on our Facebook, check on our website, what are the programs that we offer, alright. You can call our admin, they are willing to assist you, alright.
Chef Ahmad, we
yes.
have some questions. What is so special about the culinary program? I believe that you are offering a 9-month program. What is so special about this program?
Okay, alright, when we talk about the 9-month program, so it's basically a fast track program. Okay, I can just call this in only one name, which is it will make you understand overall. A 9-month program, alright, a fast track program which is hands-on. Okay, what is mean hands-on? Hands-on means we have 12 to 14 students in a class, alright. We as a chef, we have a very close engagement with them. We work with them 9 to 5, 8 hours a day, alright. So in that 8 hours a day, we do a lot of recipes, we do a lot of development from topics. So 1 week program which is one topic. So in basic there is a 3-month period in basic, and every week we have a different topic. So basically a student which is come here, basically we teach them from a scratch. Alright, so we teach them from theory, the identification of ingredients, alright, and then we teach them every topic in terms of cutting, alright, in terms of the understanding of preparation, understanding of a method, the methodology of cooking, alright, to create a dish, alright.
So you mean to say that you are starting from the scratch, where the students start from cutting the vegetables, knowing the ingredients, then you take about eggs and potatoes. I saw the program, so and then it develops.
Yes, it's all very specifically in basic. In basic, it's a bit more compact. You know why? Because in 1 week time, we change topic by topic. So we start from vegetables, we goes on the potatoes, we goes on the eggs, we goes on the fish and shellfish, we go on the beef and poultry, and also we send them to have 1 week class for a pastry program where they do the plated dessert, alright, and then they move to another 3 months which is in the diploma, alright. So we're going to do a lot of dishes. So when come after 3 months, when they're able to understand about all the component in cooking, so they're going to learn about making a good cuisine. Alright, so they learn about cuisine. Okay, they learn about how to do a force meat. They do how about doing a curing meat. They learn about preservation. They learn about stocks and sauces. Alright, from stock and sauces, we do an expansion on complex sauces. Alright, so they are not only doing a recipe, but they are also developing their own skills. Alright, so in order for us to make them creative, to make them collaborate and work closely with us, so we create this program, alright, a very hands-on, and every week they have their assessment to basically to justify them on this one. Right.
Last question.
Yes.
So you believe that after 9 months the students are perfectly good enough to start a career in hotels or kitchens?
Yes, I recommend 100% because the hours that they spend with the chef lecturer, alright, is more than what they're doing industrial training. Okay, so in that 9 months, okay, they will start from zero until we assess them, until the final assessment that we're going to guide them and they are ready for the industry. Okay, all right. So I hope you all enjoy with the demo today and get to understand a little bit about Upcome Malaysia. All right, and please, we're going to have more demo video from our pastry chef, also from a few of our culinary chef also. Alright, so just stay tuned, follow Instagram or Facebook, and get the information from them. Whenever they're going to do, they will announce you about upcoming video. Alright, I hope that you all enjoy and gaining a lot of things from my demo today. So stay safe, alright, and be active, don't stay quiet, although it's a minimum order control, alright. So the movement control will not stop you. If you stay in the house, don't stay lazy, do something, alright. For those my student, alright, don't stop there, cooking in the house, alright, get practice and get expert, alright. Thank you very much. I hope you all enjoy.
Thank you.